Three, two, one. Hey everyone, welcome back to Noodling Around. I'm Matt Creamer. We got a special event today. Arturia's released a new synth, the Arturia OB-Xa, super popular in the 80s, actually mainly popular before the dawn of MIDI. They've done an emulation of it. I guess it's an official emulation. It's not just like an artificial one. They've actually got the name brand, which is impressive. For those of you that are new to the series, Noodling Around is where I, the typical composer, use software synths without necessarily a ton of information or knowledge on the original software. I just know I like synths, alright? I know what I like, and I like some synths. So I'm going to play the synth for you, and if you're kind of like me, this might be actually therapeutic for you, because a lot of the reviews for synths are just from guys that know way too much about the synth, and you get a little lost, right? So what we're going to do today is find out, can you, like me, the average composer, dive into this wacky world of the OB-Xa and make any sense of it, A, and enjoy it, B. And I suspect you'll do both, because this thing sounds great. Now, the one thing I do know before I dive in is that the OB-Xa was used on the Terminator 1 soundtrack. Now, that's a that piques my interest right away. That's one of my favorite soundtracks of all time. Brad Fiedel was the composer for that. He did an insane job, and I've always loved that sound. And just from dabbling in this before I hit record, man, it sounds really, really close to the Terminator. So we'll see what else it sounds like. I mean, a lot of artists use the synth over the years. Rush, I don't know. There's a whole list. First, a little housekeeping. I did just release a soundtrack. That's a big event for me. Slayin 2 is the name of the game. It's out on Switch. It's crazy. Switch! And you can check out the soundtrack on my Bandcamp and my Spotify and my iTunes and my Deezer. I don't know, whatever the kids are listening to these days. But it's on it. Check it out. Similarly, a few months ago, I released a soundtrack called Shakedown Hawaii. And that's a soundtrack that is synthed out of its mind. Tons of synths on it, including Arturia synths. And I wish I had this synth for that soundtrack, because it would have been perfect. Nevertheless, feel free to subscribe to this channel. And feel free to follow me on Twitter. And you'll keep up to date with all the stuff I'm doing. Okay. Having said all that, let's dive in. Let's play some synths. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. Look at this GUI. No one beats Arturia for GUIs. I'm confident in that. They even got the little scuffs down here. I dig it. Okay, let's play some sounds here, everyone. I want to start with the default patch, because there's a feature to this synth that makes it special. Very special. And that's down here where you see the stereo and the pan buttons here, and the spread. So the spread button will open up these two panels here, I guess. Pan is where you can basically just select each voice, and you can pan them here. Alright, so that's pretty extreme, right? Then when I add the spread, you know, it starts ping, 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 ping. Alright, so that's, you know, that's been done, but that's a cool feature. Super wide, crazy wide. That's, you know, that's a pretty good sounding just default patch. But here's where the real nuttiness comes in. If we go to stereo and we open up this one here, I don't quite understand everything that I'm seeing here, but I know it's doing cool stuff. So let's hear the cool stuff together. Let's crank up the LFO, and let's crank up the amount, and let's leave the rate real low. All right, I still don't know what I'm doing, but you know what I'm going to do instead? I'm going to add Oscillator instead of LFO. We'll get to LFO, and let's hear what that sounds like. So let's increase the spread. Instead of what was a fat default patch by all rights, but now let's give it a little tail. Damn, that sounds fat. That is an apple bottom booty fat bass sound. Alright, can't go any lower. That's close enough. So let's increase the rate. See how the oscillator is fluttering here? So at our rate, I guess. By a width of our spread. So why don't we just get real crazy here? Let's, or wait, no, do that. Spread, we'll go halfway spread. It's already fat. We're already fat, mind you. What if we add unison? Oh, by the way, this is just one oscillator. I don't even have the other one turned up right now. See, that's just one oscillator. Okay, well first, let's turn up the second oscillator. Detune it a bit. Then let's hit the unison button. And detune that. Let's slow the movement down a bit. Let's mess around with some filter. My lord, what am I doing? Let's just add some X mod now. You know what we can try here? This could be kind of fun. Let's take our mod wheel and let's apply it to the spread. That's ridiculous. That's not normal for a synth, right? Like that's kind of a new, that's a fresh take on this for sure. Now let's just hear what it sounds like now if you just go to pan. So this is your standard, I guess. I guess most of what you're hearing here is probably something that could have been on the original. Still learning this synth, everyone, but you can see that's pretty fresh. The thing I like about that is that this is just built in. I'm not using any effects on this. But but it sounds like I am. All right, moving on to pads here. I always start with the bass because it's the first one, but then bass is just hard to play by itself. So I'm going to do bass last. That's what I'm going to do. We're going to change it up. And we're going to do pads first. Oh. Damn, okay, that's one patch. Filter drone, it's pretty cool. I don't quite know what to do with that one. Good evolution on this one. What if we spread it? Damn. Took it too far. Blew it. One thing I like about organs, or I like the way organs sound, I just don't like that they don't have a release. That's not bad. I feel like this is a really common, like think about the Halloween movies when Michael Myers would show up. I like this, and I appreciate that there's a sample and hold weirdness on it, but I actually don't want that on there. How do you turn that off? Because I like this patch. I, the average composer, can I find out how to turn off this sample and hold? What if I just turn it to a sine? Will that be a happy compromise? Alright, well I know this is the rate. Well, I somewhat made a compromise. Let's hear that with stereo on. Yeah. Noise. I know there's something to do here. You guys will probably have to watch the Arturia official video for this, but the chord button here, you can lock in chords and then play them with a trigger single note. I really like the way that sounds. Damn, that one's dusty. These kind of one-off hits. That's like a movie. Like It Follows. The movie It Follows. That would have been like a stinger for that. You know, you put like a little drum beat behind it, you got yourself a song. What I'm trying to say is this synth, it gets you there really quick. They got this interesting feature down here. Bend for Oscillator 2 only. What if I make my bend... let's just make it a single semitone. And then bend only Oscillator 2. Maybe that's not a good enough... let's just go big. Let's go for 7th. Hold on, it says. I thought it would have some weird transition. Too much effects on that one to know what the heck I'm listening to. That got a little sudden there. I wonder why that's such a sharp... by the way, goddamn. Stupid pandemic. I haven't had a haircut in like 2 months. Wonder if you can add an LFO to the spread knobs, and I'll create my own LFO. do it a lot slower than that. Let's crank it to hear the effect. So you can. It's just you have to go through their, what is it, modulation functions. That's not bad. All right, that was the pads. I think that might be kind of the big one on this whole thing. But I am kind of now curious to check out some of the SFX. Not bad. Okay, enough of the SFX. Let's do a quick check on their strings. Fine, let's try one more. All right, let's check Epic Sitar. Because that's what you normally play on a sitar. Yeah. That's what I play on a sitar. Sequences. Let's get to it. Hey guys, you know what? I'm just going to belt through these super speed. No microphone, no talking. Let's go. this begs for a lead on top. That chord does not fit. That's a good patch. In fact, that's such a good patch that I'm going to put a little heart next to it. Moving on, we're going to check out some brass. Basic brass. And while we're here, let's open that up. It's already pretty detuned. Get crazy. Okay, this is starting to sound exactly like Terminator to me, and so I've done something ahead of time that all you Terminator fans out there will probably recognize. And that is... yeah. The little track that plays when they're leaving the police station. So let's just fiddle with this one for a bit. Too much. fat. Right off the get-go, that's fat. And very stereo-ish. Oh, I started out as being silly, but now I just really like it. Yep. Imagine if that part had been in the movie. I actually don't know how to play jump. Okay, yes I do. Hey. God damn. Through brass. What to do next? Oh my, let's check the keys out, everyone. Real quick, right? I always say that, but it's never quick. As good as I can play keys. I'm not even gonna try. How do they get it to sound like a piano? More in the low range. It's a good preset, I guess. Detuning that happens there. It even happens with a single note, which I like. In fact, that one's actually kind of a keeper. Little heart for you. Yeah, there's a little heart for you. Jesus, I need to sit up, man. Guys, here's the ultimate speedrun of the organs. That was the organs. Lightning round. All right, now what to do about the basses? Just keep this Terminator bass line I'm working on here. What in the hell is going on here? Okay, just gonna leave that. And we're gonna go to the basses. This is what we're gonna do. No, that's too fast. Guys, that's too fast. We're gonna take this bass line. It's just a little one I wrote. Throw some pop drums behind it. And we're gonna add just a little pumping to the bass. Bass. So yeah, we got a little volume pumping on the bass. Actually, this was a good patch. I'll show you guys this patch because it's super badass. Jesus. Here's another one of those patches that sounds like the Terminator to me, so we'll give it a spotlight. Damn, it just sounds like Terminator driving in his car. Terminator 1, that's the one you want to watch. Watch how much better it sounds where you just add a little pump to it. Velocity controls that. Let's turn this one up a bit. Something like that. It's not bad. That's a good patch, actually. That one gets a heart. That's maybe something we should showcase for all the synthwave fans out there. Can you synthwave on this thing? Heck yes, you can. Keep going. Okay. Hell yeah. Well, whatever. We're gonna hear him with drums now. Wait, I got a better idea. When it does that high-pitched part, I'm gonna crank the mod wheel. Yeah. Check it out. We're gonna do it again. That's happening for real. Here we go. Here we go. Hell yeah. This is Jocko bass. That sounds actually a lot like a fretless. I'd like to give some props to this designer, J.M. Blanchett. OG Arturia preset guy. Pretty good one. I like that one so much, it gets a heart. Let's get a little line going here. Hey everyone, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're interested in this synth, check it out. It's available now on Arturia's website. I'm Matt Creamer. Check me out on Twitter. Follow up with anything that's going on. Check me out on Bandcamp, iTunes, Spotify, Deezer. Look for Slayin 2, the soundtrack. It's a heck of a show. If you're interested in synths, check out Shakedown Hawaii, which was the one I released before that. Both soundtracks, by the way, took me 3 years to make each. So if you're curious about those, check them out. Check it out for old Maddie. That's it for Noodling Around. We'll see you guys on the next episode. I don't know when it'll be. I got nothing lined up, but if you have any suggestions, feel free to let me know. And we'll see you guys on the next video.